Hey, it's Russ Payne with Role Playing Public Radio. We are playing Wanderhome, a game of grimdark. No, it's not grimdark. It's the opposite of grimdark. It is cute animal people going on a nice fantasy adventure. Studio Ghibli, kind of peaceful and chill and great art, beautiful art. Mm-hmm. And Caleb's writing it, so I get to play a game.
Yeah, as much as you can run it. So Wanderhome, J-Dragon, doesn't really need a guide or GM, but it is almost entirely improv-based, and so I thought that might help some paralysis analysis if someone took the guide role. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you are all little woodland creatures in the land of Haith. Haith is entirely populated by little woodland creatures. All animals are people in this. All insects are animals. So if you want to ride a horse, no, horses are people. If you would like to ride something, you ride a mantis or like a little centipede. And everything's roughly the same size in BoJack Horseman rules, but without the depression. So it is an entirely peaceful game. There is no violent resolution of anything. It is also very clear to point out that there's no such thing as evil. Everyone and every character in the game is essentially good, if occasionally misguided at times. There was a war in the past, but it's over. The Lands of Haith, no peace. It's entirely pastoral. It's entirely lyrical, with no violence or anything of the sort. And so in Wanderhome, you have your playbooks. If you're familiar with the rules insofar as they exist, they pull largely from what am I thinking of? Dream Askew, and
games like The Quiet Year.
Also Apocalypse World, obviously because of the playbook setting. Yeah. There are no dice. There is no resolution system. The closest you get is tokens, which are on the left-hand side of your character sheet. And it's your basic get in terms of RPG narrative. You get a token when you give something up or sacrifice something, and you use a token to make an assertion or make things break your way in the setting. The setting is entirely determined by the people at the table. The plot is entirely determined by the people at the table. The NPCs are played by the people at the table, not necessarily me. That's why the NPCs have been placed out on cards. You want to play a kith, which is what the name of NPCs is. You just grab them. You're that kith. You talk like the kith. You can also play the place. So every place in Wanderhome is generated out of one of 6 natures, and each of the 6 natures has 6 possible places in it. I made the first place up. Technically, you're supposed to put all of the different natures on separate cards, but I'm running short on cards, so I put them all on one. So you can look at the natures of a place, and you can grab that and play the place. What does that mean? The place comes up with some sort of obstacle or something for people to overcome. You could describe how something looks. It is a lyrical game, so you don't have to talk in your character all the time. You could describe your character looking at a beautiful meadow or being in a load screen on a lo-fi stream. It is all about that. Furthermore, it is a game about the road. So every place takes place at a season. The Land of Haith has 10 seasons. 10 months across 5 seasons. And you march through the game. As you reach new locations, you reach different seasons. And those also alter the place. So, we are currently at a place I made up just so everyone isn't crippled with indecision. But we don't have to be, because I don't choose where we go next. I don't choose when we go there. I don't choose what happens while we're here. It is entirely collaborative storytelling. The only thing approaching a mechanic is the tokens, and the fact that if you're going to insert something into the narrative, you need to have basically a character in front of you to do it. You need to be a kith. You need to be yourself. You need to be inhabiting the season card. you need to grab the place card, and that is and then you can just put it back in the center, and then anybody else can grab it too. Questions so far?
No.
Good. Yeah.
All right, it's pretty loosey-goosey. So I guess we introduce characters?
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. Yeah, and the player.
Yeah.
Okay, I am Maddy. I will be playing Troofus, who is the Firelight playbook. They are a small raccoon. They have this little overcoat and a walking stick that they have 2 lanterns hanging onto. One is shiny and new, and one is old and rusted, a token from when his mother left. He has a small firefly with him who can light the way, called Felix, who is quite nervous.
All right.
Hey, it's Russ Payton, and I'll stop now. I am playing Pockets the Peddler, that's the name of the playbook, the Peddler. I am a crocodile. Pockets is, he wears a big patched up mustard colored cloak and a once fancy hat. And he has glasses with adjusting lenses, so you can scope out the goods. And nonstop banter. It's like, it's, hey, how you doing? Will you buy it at a high price? That kind of thing. He feels like he needs to be experienced and extroverted, but he is really watchful and sustainable. He just wants to keep on going and never wind up anywhere broke. And he once received a key that would unlock the slobbering god, but he threw it down a dark well so that no one could find it. And he has a treasure map that he will never part with, but perhaps someone else wants to go on a hunt for treasure. And he has a giant beetle carrying a lot of his goods, You need smokes or novels or things to soothe you or pique your curiosity. Or knickknacks. Boy, I got a deal on knickknacks. 2 for 1. If you get a tchotchke, 3 for 1. Yeah, so it's a good deal.
Hey gang, it's me, I'm the guy, Chris. I am playing a character called the Census Taker. I found this playbook on Itch.io, and shame me for not remembering the author's name, but you can find this playbook on Itch.io as well. The Census Taker, my character's name is Pennyroyal, and a rabbit. And their goal in this game is they are taking a census in the countryside to find people who have been in the war or their relatives in the war, and we just want to count them. That's it. We just want to find out who was there and they're still around. Let's see here. They're compassionate, they're hopeful, but they also find to be rare in the world solidarity and forgiveness. They also find forgiveness to be rare. Let's see here. My self-care is, matter-of-fact, mundane attention to detail. I wear comfortable shoes. I got a bag full of notes, journals, reports. I kind of have an apologetic smile. I wear suspenders. And I'm very approachable, or at least I feel. I think my character feels they are approachable. And, I'm marching along with this group of merry fellows.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, and hey, this is Aaron. I'll be playing the Shepherd playbook in here, going by the name of Scoots Yellowjacket. He is a box turtle, fairly old, with his character. Basically, he in the world of Wanderhome, he's you shepherd bumblebees. So just a good, honest trade about what he's doing into his retirement. Basically, kind of the personality for him. He's an older, tougher guy, reliable. He's going to do with it, but he is not hurried and is not very loud too. He's gonna. It's like if he makes a point, you're going to really have to listen to it because he's not speaking twice about this. You either get the point or you don't. So, but he's enjoying essentially his retirement, so to speak, as a shepherd because. The big part of his history is that he used to be high ranked in a pretty big guild, but he's retired now. And he's having to figure out that that's no longer his life, or really the dominating portion of his personality. And he just needs to be okay with the bees that are around him. And whatever honey they produce or other things, apparently. So
You just have to be in the moment.
Get out.
I live here.
Should have thought about that.
don't
Now
sass
you got
me.
to wander on home.
So you go until you find your home. You determine when that is and what you're searching for. You never have to say it aloud. You're not really a party. You don't have to cooperate on a main goal. You just kind of either, if you're in the same place, it's because the road took you there or because you chose to travel together. But very, very loosey-goosey. You're not on a pilgrimage or anything preset by the game. So could you hand me that green card there? All right. I made up the first place because, yeah. So you will all find yourselves in the tiny farm village of Pushkintot. Pushkintot is a farm in the Valley of a Hillock going on, and it is the season of leap and the month of till soil. So it is the beginnings of spring and New Year's. Verdant grass with bugs slowly grazing across of it as the farmers try and tend their largely superfluous fences because the bugs don't go against them very much. They're mainly content to eat grass. There on the hillock, there is a stack of overgrown weapons of war covered in ivy and rusted, left over. And there is a small tavern at the top of the hill. And that is all there is to Pushkintot. Just a couple of farm families, a hill with a bunch of rusting old abandoned war machines on it, and a tavern up top. So, Troofus, how do you enter Pushkintot? Or were you already there? Yeah.
I would say I enter seeing these overgrown, mossy remnants from the war, and being adventurous, will look to them and climb up and look over the landscape, down to the tavern, and little Felix is flying around, buzzing, and just kind of be contented that part of the history is over and that stuff is growing anew. And just kind of sit there and, watch the, slowly lowering sun. Not quite sunset yet. But, pull out a little snack. My, little bundle tied to the stick. Little sandwich comes out.
Pastoral moment of reflection. Have a token. We're all about that here at Wanderhome. Pockets! How do you come into town, or have you already set up business there?
Oh, no, I'm actually passing by the same hill that Troofus is because I see a bunch of scrap weapons and things like that, and I think, oh, there's some knickknacks in there. There could be any number of things that someone will pay a high price for. So Troofus sees eventually first sees the beetle cresting the hill, and then following alongside of it a crocodile. Wearing glasses and a cloak and a once fancy hat. You could tell he once was very fancy. There's a bit of a feather still stuck to it. And come gently up to it, say, "Hello, have you found anything?"
No, I'm not looking for anything, but I can help you search if you would like me to help. What have you lost?
That's very kind of you to offer. Thank you. Yes. You never know what kind of valuable knickknacks, antiques, things that catch a glint of light, or a lucky charm left behind, or any number of curiosities. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I've used light to find a lot of things. I feel like you can give a hand.
Metallic, something shiny, I'm not too particular. I just think there might be something buried in there. And your hands look a lot more clever than mine. Mine are, a bit old, and you look like you could root around in there a lot more agilely than I can.
I'm gonna fold up the little rucksack thing, tie it back onto the lean it against, and I will start rummaging around. Also, I out of my I can always offer a hand and you get a token if you say yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yay.
Helping friend.
Doing it.
Yay, I got a token.
All right. There's a raccoon and a crocodile dismantling a tank on top of the hill as dusk falls. And a firefly dances above them, providing flare support.
There's also a lit lantern on my little traveling stick.
Pennyroyal the rabbit. How do you enter? Whatever I name this place. Pushkin Tot. Yeah.
Pushkin Tot.
I jump out of the tank. My home is being attacked.
I kind of just mosey on up to these two, and my pack is so swollen with reports and words and notes that you can just kind of hear it swaying as I take my steps. And once I get sufficiently close, I kind of just I exaggeratedly stretch my back and sigh, and I'm just trying to get one of them to talk to me first before I've got to say something to them.
As I'm digging, my already muddy and the dirt flecked overcoat is just getting worse. Look up. Oh, would you like? We're looking for treasures. Do you want to look for some treasure?
No, I am in look of something else. I'm in search of something else. Hi. I'm sorry to intrude on any sort of quiet you may have here. I am a census taker, and I take census.
Well, I'm Troofus, so that's someone that you know now.
And I myself am Pennyroyal. I didn't introduce myself. That's twice rude of me.
Well, you should put Troofus's name down, in your census.
And it certainly will, sir, as soon as I can ascertain a small piece of information from the both of you.
Ah.
Okay. Very simply, yes or no. Were you in the war?
Well, it depends on what you mean by in, I suppose. I was definitely alive.
Were you an officer? Were you enlisted?
I was an independent contractor. Logistics.
So neither.
Yes.
Neither. Okay, thank you.
Someone had to bring the materials to and from.
And you, young creature?
Nah, that's before my time.
Okay. Do you happen to have relatives who were in the war?
Troofus just gets tired, just goes back to digging.
Well, I do know there's a tavern nearby, and there's certainly an old-timer to tell stories of the war.
Sure. I just kind of moseyed here into, he looks around for the sign.
Where the smoke's coming from.
Pody Tot?
Yes.
Temkin.
No, you got it.
Potemkin, that's where we are. So you were the first ones I just laid eyes on. A lot of work to do. I simply must ask everyone here if they've been in the war, and I got two down.
Well, I'm but a mere peddler. Would you? I can offer you a deal if you have any. If you need something to soothe your nerves from the long road, I have some teas.
Teas. I should tell you, they have not yet paid me for this work, so I come to you with pockets turned out. In truth, but. Still, they can't refuse me a glass of water at the tavern, so I will perhaps see you there. Thank you.
Well, yes.
Troofus pulls out a silver-looking flask. I found a treasure!
Oh, what a treasure indeed. Look at this.
I'm sorry, you lost it. There you go.
Yes, I lost it. Yes, that's it. Yes. Thank you so much, Troofus. I owe you. I was heading to the tavern to get a bit of a supper and a drink. Would you care to join me?
Well, we ate already, but that sounds fun.
Yeah. All right.
Scoot's Yellow Jacket. How do you enter Pushkin Tot?
I've actually been here the entire time.
All right.
Just in the quiet. It's like listening to the quiet conversation, becoming louder over the sound of my bees. Which it's like once that talk has died down, you suddenly are aware of it. And he's just sitting in the shadow of another war machine, just something that looks oddly like a kangaroo for some reason. So, quietly looking up there. Don't bother. Don't bother with me, much younglings. Just sitting here waiting. That's like waiting for the moment to let the herd feed and pointing to the head of the mech. So,
but I am not an expert on bumblebees, but I don't think they feed on flowers.
You're absolutely right. That's like young man. And in particular, although my flock can eat at any of the old crop, there's one in particular which should be, well, happening just about now as dusk starts to settle in further and the first hints of moonlight hits the top of the top of this war machine. And you couldn't actually see it before, and that's like from the shadows, but there seems to be a fairly bioluminescent flat flower that is blooming at the top of the head of this war machine, and suddenly the 5 or so bees that were around Scoots fly up excitedly and start buzzing around it. See, the Moonveil orchids only can thrive where there's a lot of rust, oddly enough. So it's something they feed on to get that glow, and that particular pollen is some of the most nutritious out of any.
Wow.
All right. Moonveil flowers. We know those are there now. Good job. The one thing Pushkin does not have during Tilsol is gentle rain. It has hard rain in large supply. So the sky opens up. There's a crack. The cock cricket chimes evening song while the hens go back into the cricket roost. Yeah, I don't know. You can hear music tuning up in the tavern up the hill. But people appear to be abandoning the fields and going into their hovels or walking up to the tavern. What do you guys want to do? It's beginning to rain quite hard.
Yes. Pockets is making a beeline for the tavern.
Watch it, boy.
The bees are getting wet. They have trouble flying. Who's going to help you?
Young man.
Looking towards the rapids.
Young, that's he doing it, officer. Oh, what?
So, can you get these bridles over these 3 while I get the others? We're going to leave them on the ground.
Yeah, I can help, and I do so.
Appreciate it.
Would it be like spreading my overcoat just to the side so the firefly doesn't get hit by the rain while it all pours down on me?
Oh, I as I see that, Pockets roots through a bag on the beetle and pulls out a very salvaged umbrella and puts it over Troofus's head. It's like,
Aw.
yeah.
Aw, thanks.
The Kurosawa umbrella.
Yeah, it's very Kurosawa, yeah.
So if you go to the tavern, what's the tavern's name?
Let's see here. I'm just going to be very obvious. The glowing kangaroo.
All right.
Because you can see the kangaroo glowing from here. It's not that far. Yeah. Well, the glow is very bright at night. Yeah.
Say the heavenly marsupial.
Yeah.
So, do you know anyone here?
Well, I know the bartender.
Who's the bartender?
The bartender's is, let's see here, Nails. He used to be a carpenter.
All right. Nails is now Kith and can be played. Does Nails have any characteristics? What kind of animal is Nails?
Nails is a badger.
All right.
And Nails is a very passionate craft brewer, but not especially skilled. So sometimes, Pockets buys occasional barrels from him, but it depends. Not every experiment works. But Nails likes to amuse himself with odd brews.
All right. So Nails is now a Kith you can play. So as you go into the glowing kangaroo, you see Nails the badger, who has old experience with Pockets and their various wares. There appears to be a weasel in the corner counting coins, a gruff goat with an eye patch sitting in a corner, and a sad-looking monitored lizard examining herself in a mirror and looking wistfully at the rain out the window. Meanwhile, a lutist is playing the Ballad of the 100 Days' Rain, an old folklore of Pushkintat, on what amounts to a stage, which I suppose is like a thimble with a stool on top of it. What do you guys want to do? You can play Kith and interact with other players as NPCs. And
So my guy is stuck in the doorway. Not by his body, though. The pack on his back is impeding his entry into the tavern. And he is so exhausted that he's just kind of leaning against the straps. And he's just yelling out, anyone please assist me.
One moment, son.
I cannot.
You scoots, rolls back and pushes his shell into the backpack, forcing him through the doorway. Roll with it.
A sack falls open and papers scatter, of course. And it's so embarrassing. But I'm grateful that I'm finally through the door. And I give him a very cursory glance on the way, but thank you. And I bend over, start scooting up the papers.
You did me a solid. I do you one, buddy.
I will. Well, so I could play, like you said, the monitor lizard was looking at a mirror, or what was she doing?
Looking at a mirror and like sort of wistfully staring out the window. Yeah.
Okay. Nubia, the monitor lizard, starts helping. Are these pages from the script? Oh, they look so stalwart and so brave. Oh, thank you, good sir, for bringing me the pages of Montague the Fifth. Served as a general, 5th Division. Oh, this is a very extensive character list, I have to say.
Madam, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. I should introduce myself.
Yes.
My name is Pennyroyal.
Yeah. So, yes, hello, I'm Nubia. What is your play about?
Well, it's
So many soldiers.
It is a long form act, I should say. It is steeped in history, recent history, I should say. As a matter of fact, I am such a maven for history that I am traveling this fair country of ours in search of those who actually were in the war, so that I may pick their brains, so that I may further flesh out these characters in the stupendous fiction that I am crafting.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, we have a lutist right over there. Like, to do music. Have you had music yet? Every play has to have music.
Oh, goodness. Well, I should need to get the final draft fixed before I start putting down music.
Ah.
You're forward-thinking. I do appreciate it, though.
Shanubio looking at us like, do we have any people he could consult with? Some actual veterans? We're gonna play games.
Yeah, sure. Luke comes over, the eye-patched goat, and gives a sort of intimidating shove to Pennyroyal on the shoulder with his hoof.
Good grief! Hi!
What's your business with Nubia?
Hi. So there was an accident, and this stunning creature was helping me pick up my forms and my papers.
Oh.
This is simply helping me, an old tired man. And, I'm very sorry. Could I have the papers back? Yes. You hold an unfinished product.
Yes, sorry.
So I take it back very gently, and I say,
Luke snatches the paper on the way to you. You're not one of those circus directors types, are you?
Circus director?
Trying to lure poor folk into the city to exploit them with your gambles and your jives.
I can't take care of people. Why would I want it? No.
He goes looking at the papers like, a military recruiter.
No. What we are looking for are those who actually were in the war. Because my masters back at home very much would like to have first-hand reportage of the events of the war. And so I am traveling the countryside to find those who participated in the war. And other than just the raw numbers, if they were so comfortable or so inclined they could share their story with me, I would record it and I would send it back to my betters.
He shoves the papers back in your chest and says, "You misspelled Montague," and goes back to sit angry with his drink.
So, Lou! Nails just speaks up. They have told you for 1,000 times you are not allowed to harass any newcomers in here unless you're actually downing the brew of the day.
He drinks it all in one gulp and manages to flip Nails off with a hoof, which is impressive. It's just the two bits of it. It's hard to do, but he found a way.
Good. Now I just got rid of the last of the honeysuckle mustard seed.
God, not the honeysuckle.
So much rage in that clove.
Pockets. Is that you?
In the corner, Silas, a wispy-looking ferret, has got a game of cup and dice going on. With, like, one of these has a rock under it. If you guess the rock, you get a shiny pebble. And he's trying to get Scoots to play. Like, oh, no, you can do it, see? Like, which one do you think it is? We're not playing for anything.
So, if we're not playing for anything...
No, this is just to show you how it works. Which one do you think it's under?
So, well...
Oh, you gestured with your hand. That's correct. You got it right. Oh, you must be good at this. Say, why don't we play for a little something?
What little something are you wanting?
Well, I mean, I've got this very shiny gem. What would you have to bet against this? I mean, this is very pretty. It's probably worth a penny. You think your ears might pick up at that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, very beautiful gem, so thank you. Well, again, I am just a simple shepherd at this point in my life. I don't really have much of outside of this, although takes the scarf off. This is at least a standing of the that's like of what I was in the military. Looking at taking a look at the ranking right now, you can see that's pretty highly enlisted, like right before you should actually be an officer. So, and it's a relic at this point, so.
Oh, yeah, well, I see the value in that. Okay, he starts shifting the cups around, and you see him be very dodgy. It kind of like goes off table, comes back.
Yeah.
You hear a tick, 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 tick.
So, I'll at least ask you this to make it more interesting for you, since you obviously have done this game a lot. Don't let me choose it. Rings up whistles a little bit. You see a bee floating up. I think you need to let Annabelle actually choose it.
I didn't realize you had the company. I thought all your friends were distracted, like the little one looking at the music. You know what? You should just take this for your time. I'm sorry I bothered you. He, like, jumps through the window and runs away.
So, and the bee immediately goes, and the one named Annabelle swoops up to the gem, the shiny pebble, and flies out the window with it. I guess it's easy come, easy go in the hills.
So, Pockets hears, it's like, this, I heard this, the shepherd over here was started in the military. Tell me, do you live around here? You must live around here, right?
No, I'm just kind of taking where the pollen's at. It's like the pollen is the easiest to get during the season, so I'm actually from an island.
Oh, okay. You see, I've heard rumors and legends, of course, of a, back in the war, one of they had to pay their soldiers, right? And so there was a shipment of payment meant for the soldiers to be sent to the front line so they'd stay fighting. But it got lost in a storm, not unlike the one we're in right now. And the mud was so thick and that it got buried in a mudslide. And no one's been able to find it. And of course, the poor drivers were all swept away. We never saw them again. But some people think they used that as cover steal all the money for themselves. But I wonder if you'd heard of these rumors.
Well, other than just being rumors that raw recruits will end up telling each other to keep themselves motivated, although now that we're not all essentially in a trench, that's the need for money right now isn't as great about that. But there were at least variations that I heard on the story. Main one I can think of is that's like this mudslide really wasn't one, but a course correction on a river. They diverted it into an old, it's like barracks in a trench and flooded it so they couldn't get to it. So it might be in somewhere, might be in an underwater animal-made cave.
Cave. You see, I wonder, because you see, I've been looking for some brave and stalwart people, actually, to
do the work for you.
Well, no, I would take an equal part in it. I have all the tools, the equipment and whatnot, but I think it would be worth, even if we don't find anything, it would be quite the story to tell to get free drinks at taverns for the rest of your days, wouldn't it? Speaking of nails, could we get a free round? I have a story to tell.
Only if you like pumpkin seed.
Well, I mean, a free drink.
Chocolate!
Yeah, a free drink is, yes, I would like that. That's
a token would get you a free drink.
Okay, yes, yeah.
All right, everyone gets a free drink of pumpkin chocolate.
Pumpkin seed chocolate.
Pumpkin seed
chocolate. It only send you to the bathroom twice.
Nails, you never fail to just baffle, if nothing else. But...
I'm a gastronomical delight.
Okay. So Pocket tells a story of how supposedly one person at the base who knew the shipment or knew the route that the payment was supposed to go fled with the map of where the payment and cross-referenced it with the weather reports from that time and figured out where the treasure should have wound up. But that person fled, and then through a series of circumstances of mysterious murders and, well, just other strange events, it went to a friend, to a different, from one person to another person, to my good friend, who...
Only charged you a small fee.
Oh, no, he gave it to me for free because he was being... sent to prison for some misunderstandings over some contracts and some missing money. But I think it would be worth going out. It's only a week or so away from the village. I think.
May I take a look at the map?
Well, I mean, if I can't show you the map, then you have to have my word that you're not going to use it on your own. I don't want competition.
Boy.
You look like the person who could have an uncanny memory.
Does it look like I really have the energy or the time to go after this money on my own?
Okay.
Or really the want?
What am I? Okay. Sure. We can all look at the map. Just no one else looks around and rolls it out onto the table.
Upon hearing that, Troofus gets up from the place they were sitting and just listening to this music to what? Yeah, only out. Okay, yeah, huh?
Yes, you see Troofus, obviously, Spirit of Adventure is agreed and desperately to go on this incredible adventure.
Oh, yeah. Did you lose more treasure?
Well, yes, and we need to find it.
But I
have a map.
You've been a lot of places. Why did you walk so far away if you left it over there?
Well, a friend told me about it. It was actually, I'm doing this for a friend.
Oh, your friend lost it for you. Okay.
Yeah.
I think this might be doable. If nothing else, this actually aligns with something else that I need to do, as that's nearing along the edges of the county, and that's where some of the best silver leaf chrysanthemums grow, which is, again, another good source of pollen for the girls.
Good. And you, Mr. Pennyroyal, we would love to have official government sanction, obviously, as your great authority as a census taker.
You think I have authority? Excellent. Okay, yes. I stand, my ears perk up.
Yeah.
And say, well, it's true. I have not yet finished my census. It's true. And until the census is
Well,
finished.
you don't have a deadline, do you?
No.
Yeah.
It's just-
I'm gonna say Silas is looking through the window. Treasure map, you say? Ooh.
Absolutely. I'll tag along.
Yeah. Great. Well, then we'll head out at first light, and I'll have Nails make us up some rations along the way. I can trade some of my cheese and other knickknacks. I found this silver flask recently. I'm sure Nails would love that.
Flask?
Yes.
It's a perfect thing for the ginger root whiskey.
See, exactly. You could flask age the whiskey. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
No. It has to be cellar aged.
Cellar aged in a flask.
In a boot.
Yes, and then okay, you're the expert here, Nails.
Damn straight.
Yes. Give us some of your highest proof booze, the least likely to be contaminated.
I know a wombat who said that shoe drinks are actually really good. They're the tastiest, so it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Very famous tradition here in Piddletot.
Fiddletop, yes.
You take the boot heel or you don't go home.
You'll feel like you're in the war when you come to Tiddleboot.
You'll miss the war. You'll look fondly back on the war.
I'm just giving you tokens to stop mispronouncing me. Nails lives here.
Oh.
Insulting his city.
It's okay, Nails can't pronounce it either. Nails has been drinking his own drinks for
We've
a
just
while.
been gaslighting poor Nails. He's like, wait, let's say pronounce it. Oh, have I been saying it wrong this entire time? Oh.
Are you all resting at the inn?
Well, yeah, I am.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this is the place to rest.
Do you have money for a room, or are you passing out at the bar, trying to find a manger out back? What are y'all doing?
Well, obviously, I do have a little bit of money. I can trade. Well, I can trade Nails. I have so many things he would want, like teas for his customers. So I can trade him some of that for a night stay.
Okay, he accepts teas.
Yeah.
I trade, since I've met Nails before in my travels, I trade an artisanal honeycomb that he uses in the brewing. So.
Oh, you also know Nails?
Yes.
Okay, sure. All right.
Troofus is going to set up out the back where there's like that little bit of like hay section for like where they assume the bees and everything would be staying. Yeah, because I'm going to say they wouldn't let Felix stay inside. All the animals need to be outside. All the bugs.
A hive stable. It looks basically like a capsule hotel version of a stable.
So, Troofus doesn't want to leave Felix alone because he knows that Felix is extremely nervous in new places.
Aww.
So he's going to stay outside and get as much rest as he can, but it's not going to be a good rest.
All right, how about you?
Pennyroyal wanders over to the fireplace, bushes his big giant fire pack right up next to it, and then falls asleep on it. Falls asleep with his little bottom on the ground.
Oh.
Okay, the next day, is it time to push on from Pushkantat?
Yes.
All right, so that means you got to develop a new place.
Okay.
Do you guys want to pick off of a list, or you just want to roll it? The first three natures are all nice. The last three are more complicated. So if you roll that, you can do that.
Rolling could be fun.
Yeah, make it work.
All right, it will take some time. This is a note card game, which means you got to write down everything in the book.
We'll be right back.
On a note. All right, and in heavy rains, as monsoon advances across the year, you arrive at the sprawling, stilted metropolis of Tamoneka. It's got more people in it than you've ever seen before. Laundry hanging from the high roofs, already stilted above the, I guess, just mucky, miserable, fetid bog over which the city is suspended. I suppose it was formerly a Perhaps it was formerly a port for a navy before the waters receded and made it a big swampy mess underneath. So, yeah, it's hard slogging on the road. How are you all dealing with it as road companions and in the filthy mud? How's Troofus doing? Yeah.
He's doing really well. He's decided to grab like the biggest leaf he can, and he's basically running and then jumping on it to slide in the mud every now and then. He seems to have more energy than the people he is traveling with, so every now and then he has to run and skid back to them to not lose sight of them. But he is having just the best time in the mud. The overcoat is ruined at this point. There is just mud everywhere. It's
Pockets does have a raincoat and tarps to cover all the goods that the beetle is carrying. The beetle's name is called Roach for some reason. But yeah, it's peddler. You can't stay too long in one place. Got to get new goods to sell and trade. And so it's just another day at the office basically. Also, being a crocodile doesn't hurt either. So yeah.
Okay.
Just taking it one step at a time. Boots are stuck in the mud. Each step is like, just ambling along on the road, just letting the rain pelt down. Oversized hat with his ears flopping down. It's not helping, but he's got to look the part. He's got to try to look like he cares. And the rain's getting in his bag, and the inks are running, and the papers are soggy, but he doesn't mind because the sun's coming up tomorrow. He'll just dry it out again.
And Scoots is literally just powering his way through the mud like he has always done, slow and steady, with the odd ring of all the bees around him, where he can literally act as a central point of just pushing them along gently ahead if their legs end up getting stuck around, although he does have the odd one that's getting tired, so he lets them rest on the cloth of his flannel shirt and his overalls. And that's like before putting him down, it's like, you're tired, get down, you can do it, go honeysuckle. So,
your bees, they've had fuzzy fur before, but they're really lagging on this trip. They're lagging behind. You're constantly having to go back and get them. The bee on your shirt pukes on you, which means you're covered in honey. But yeah, honey all over your shirt. And
wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last time.
Yeah, they're loggy. Something's wrong with the bees. They're not normally like this. They're more spry, even in monsoon.
So, well, that's like, I hate to say it before right now, but given the environment, this might be the mites. So, again, but that's like, if we can at least get them over to a fresh source of water, I think that will actually help out what we need. So, which in this case, could I do the token to provide a solution to an aspect of a material or immediate problem?
Yes.
Okay. They need nice fresh water and not what they're finding basically washed up on the side of the road going into the Labyrinth City. So,
you are. Sage at finding water and foraging, even in a swamp from the dark days in the military you don't talk about.
I was born in a pond.
You find clean water for the bees. And you realize that the problem isn't mites, their diet's gone wrong. They're eating too many sugars, but you're not giving them those. Who's feeding your bees? And to what end?
Oh, no.
Anyway, you are beneath the giant stilted city of whatever you name this place. Tamoneka. You see the people walking amongst the, numerous rope bridges above you. Trash keeps plopping down as you approach the main elevator. As people walk above you, emptying chamber pots down. It's a filthy, mucky bog. But you eventually arrive out of the main elevator in the Union Station, and you just see a massive market that sprawls off into the distance, and winding warrens of stone and fortifications, long abandoned and turned into favela housing. Laundry everywhere. Yeah.
So I come stomping up, just like, I guess you guys are just like, beholding all this, whether in awe or exhaustion. And I just finally, finally get right behind you and I clap you and you on the backs of your shoulders and say, well, wasn't that refreshing? Where am I?
Tomoneka. There used to be Fort Tomoneka.
A fort.
Yeah. Well, now it's a city.
This is going to make my job particularly easy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, was that sarcasm?
I apologize. I tend to speak straightforward,
Yeah.
and I don't mean to put you off. I'm sorry.
Well, we should probably find someplace dry first and dry off. I know someone who can help. It's not an inn per se, but it is a person, a client who really loves knickknacks and other things that I have, and they have a very large place. They're a bit eccentric, but we could all stay there for 9. It'd be safe and dry and warm. But I warn you, they're not the easiest person to get along with. But they do have an insatiable love of tapestries. And I've got a few that they'd love to see. So we can go there and dry up and then hit the town for dinner or whatever, or plan our next move to get to the treasure, of course. I appreciate all of you taking your time out on this. This will, of course, you'll all be richly rewarded, of course. Yes. I don't know who this client is. One of my moves is some things you can always do is know someone who can help, and so I propose that someone else fill in the blanks of who this client is, who has a large house or place we could stay in and is interested in tapestries, but is otherwise eccentric. I don't want to have to make up all the details, but
Well, I mean, we've got people here.
yeah. Well, you can pick one of them.
I think it's Anita, the emu.
Anita. Okay. Yes. Anita. Yes. We'll go to her now. She'd love to see my tapestries. Yeah.
I need to see Anita too.
Yeah. All right.
You get lost on the way.
Oh, dang it. I
You can always do that in a labyrinth.
Well, it's because of this enveloping mist that hits the city every once in a while.
Yeah.
Where are we? Troofus, have you been here before?
No, but Felix seems to know the way. He wants me to go over there. Felix is just like up and down and like left and right, just like signaling like a little arrow with his little like light, like let's go this way. Either he knows where we're going, or I don't know. I'm gonna follow him.
Okay, well, I trust
You could spend a token to find what someone needs. That's one of the things you do in the game.
I will do that. Yeah.
All right, yeah. You head towards an old barracks that has been retrofitted with fine silks, embroidering, lovely tapestries from local folklore, like the 99 wailing minnows and the truce of the 3 gods and various other things. As you go through the various market stalls, you see a familiar ferret setting up shop with a stall. And he appears to be, quickly erecting a stall in an uninhabited corner, obviously without a license, and splaying out goods very quickly. And he sees you all coming. He's like, "Hey, how are you?"
First question: were you in the war?
What do you want? No.
No.
Is that the right one? Yeah, I wasn't in that. Yeah.
All right, we're done here. Thank you.
Hey man, you want any honey?
Hunt. No. Honey, I have a dispenser right here.
Oh, you do. You do have a dispenser right there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Why would you? You wouldn't get honey from anywhere else.
Yeah.
Just from that guy's bees.
Yeah. Fresh.
Yeah.
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 From the mouth.
Do you have any bee medicine though? Medicine for bee.
No.
Okay.
I've got Silas's patented chocolate honey.
I mean, chocolate honey sounds really nice. Can we get some chocolate honey?
Oh, okay. Well, we could trade for some chocolate honey.
He brings out a thimbleful of chocolate honey. It smells like a sicklier sweet version of that beer from Pushkin Tot.
Oddly familiar. Well,
Take a look at the smelling that the honey itself. Does it smell at all like basically what Rosie vomited up?
Oh yeah, exactly like it. Yeah.
Silas,
Uh-huh.
a word.
Yeah. You want to buy some? Right here.
Gesture to the side of the cart.
No, I can't. I can't leave my goods. Can't leave my goods
I'll look after
unexamined.
them. I'm very trustworthy.
I know you are, Troofus. That's why you're gonna bark for business. You gotta get these schlubs in the door. Yeah, that's your job.
All right. Troofus just runs. Just runs away. To start, like, pulling on people's arms. Hey, do you want to buy some?
Walking behind the wagon. Sort of the stall. How long have you been following us?
Hey, what are you talking about? I mean, the road's for everybody.
The road's for everybody, but my bees are off limits unless I give permission.
Look, man, a bee comes up to me, it's thirsty, and what am I going to say? No? I'm not a monster.
No, but you are ignorant of the fact when you're doing something that makes them sick.
Well, I mean, it's such lucrative sick. Look at it. It's flying off the shelves.
The thing of it is, though,
Troofus runs back, dragging along the frog Felicia with him. Ross, if you would like.
oh my! This small child is bringing me here. What is going on? Oh,
There's so much honey, and it's really good, and this is barking.
oh, yes.
You, madam, need some chocolate honey for your young tadpoles. Make them grow big and strong.
Oh yes. Do I? Oh why? Yes. I will. I guess I could use some money.
which is good, but unfortunately it comes from that's like exploited bee work.
Oh no, not exploited bees. I hate that.
Hey, man, what are you doing? I'm trying to make a.
Oh, I love the bees so. I shall compose a poem to them now.
Yes.
I love them.
Silas! It's I, Anita the emu. Silas! She comes bustling down the street, and she has a jar of what was obviously once full of chocolate honey. You know, obviously, in a bustle, get back to Silas! Silas, it's Anita! Speak to me, you coward!
I didn't bring that one. That's not on me.
You, young man! She slams the pot of chocolate honey down on the cart. Blam! Young man, this has given me the trots. Thoroughly. I've befouled most of my linens. I've been unable to stand straight for the last 2 days. I only recently found the energy because I finally got to my coffee. It wasn't fresh, by the way. It was just on the ground. I left it on there because I'm messy. Messy on account of the fact that I've been disabled by your foul honey. This is... I will make it simple. I will get out of your way and not terrorize these people any further if you just refund me.
My God, the trots, you say? Oh, I knew I shouldn't have trusted a fly-by-night bee husbandry expert like you. He points accusingly at Scoots.
Oh, this person! Nita rounds about him.
Oh no, Felicia faints for seeing a bee.
I was told to trust you. I'll never trust that salamander again, let me tell you. Well, let me go fetch your refund post-haste, madam. I'll be right back.
Put a hand on
You, I said, you beast!
You're being accosted by an emu. Well, Silas runs into the crowd. Yeah.
Is anyone going to catch Felicia?
I will try to, but not do it properly. I do my best.
Let's look back. Ma'am.
Brute
I have
beast!
tiny hands.
How dare you mistreat your own little tiny bees? We need these!
Something that I can do. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
As I'm being assaulted by Anita, just quietly looking up, And I can usually give a corrected observation. Ma'am, if I didn't stand by the quality of my honey and the health of my bees, why am I the one standing here while... That's like... Was Silas a ferret?
Yes.
Okay. While the ferret's running off into the crowd.
I'll just stand next to my chamber pot. It's perfectly horrible. Where's my money?
So at this point, Pocket shows up and... Anita, how are you?
Goodness, is that just... Oh, it's Pockets. Well,
It's
turn up here again at the fort, I see. Dragging your ass...
Troofus has taken the roof off of the stall and is like trying to wave it over the poor frog who has passed out.
What is it now? Are you bored or...
no. I have some new tapestries for you.
Oh, tapestries! Oh, goodness, yes. Oh, look, she forgets everything. Forgets the chocolate honey. Forgets the beekeeper. Oh, God, yes, okay.
Let's go back to your house where it's nice, and well, not out in the rain.
How about the porch? Because the chamber pot.
Oh, well,
Do not buy this chocolate honey.
yeah, no, obviously not. So yeah, we go to Anita's house.
All right, I will give a point to Scoots because Silas left behind his stolen keg of pumpkin seed chocolate beer.
Yeah.
And the bees have grown quite a taste for it. They were swarming the keg while you were explaining.
Is that what causes this?
Well, yes, yeah. The increased sugar input led to increased sugar output.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And Silas was profiting as they flew back for sneaky little drinks while you were asleep on the road.
Typical Silas.
You got drunk bees, man.
Oh, no.
Well, Silas is going to get a lesson the next
You
time.
need BAA.
A very serious lesson.
All right, yeah, you pull up to Anita's, the emu's heavily tapestried barracks turn. What does Anita do for a living? I don't know.
Oh, that's her business as well, is textiles,
Oh, okay.
However, one is independently wealthy in this universe.
Oh, I thought I gave you one.
Yeah. So yeah, she's quite well off, and Pockets is doing his best to no, it's fine. We'll clean up. It's the least we can do. We do need a place to stay for the night. But
Troofus has dragged Felicia, still unconscious, to the shelter. Feels very responsible.
I see you've expanded the gang of brigands you track about, looking for treasures and legends and lore.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, yes, it's truly.
Well, he keeps losing his treasures. It's not his fault. But his brother lost this one, so it's fine.
He finds treasures, but he finds tapestry very well. So, what have you for me?
Well, I have one of the ancient legends of the three gods.
Ancient legends of the Hidden Temple? That's excellent. I love it.
Boo.
Boo. I said the three gods, for the record. I have another one of... what was the name of the great battle? Scoots, what was that? The greatest battle of the war?
So, that would be the Battle of Angel Falls.
The Battle of Angel Falls, a beautiful tapestry. The Battle of Angel Falls.
Angel Falls? Where about in relation is this to Fort, where I live?
Tamaneka. Yeah.
I love Fort where I live.
Where I live?
That's the next city up, right? Fort where I live, yeah.
I also have property there.
No, that's the old name. The new name is, it's that place. And what's
You know the one.
Yeah, you know the one. Oh no, that's an entirely different country.
God.
Yes, absolutely. Won't go there. Won't even discuss it. Filth. Ugh.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Fort Squatters' Rights.
Yes. So, yes, we do have one, actually. I do have another, the third tapestry is on the Fort Tamanaka. It's actually supposed to be a map of the city, as it was when it was a military fortress.
When Pockets finally displays the tapestry,
Yeah.
Maddy, your character sees what?
It is like a very large white feather with some black spots on it, and a light ray shining through some leaves over it. And in the background, there's a waterfall. It's the famous battle was fought both on top of, and then when everyone fell down, underneath the waterfall.
The spiders, all of my sensibilities, every fine one of them. Pockets you have a sale.
Thank you, Anita. Yes, we will. I will prepare a tapestry to have it ready for hanging forthwith. But if we enough business, why don't we go out and have some dinner to celebrate our reacquaintance?
Dinner? Okay.
Yes.
Here in the fort?
Well, I mean, we can't exactly leave. I mean, it's a little far to go outside for dinner.
Fine. We'll go to the tavern. We'll go to the pub, won't we? The public house.
Public house. Yeah.
Oh, so wonderful to go slumming. So, and Anita takes her to their favorite public house, which is the Struggling Horse.
Very sad horse on the.
Okay, on the way to the struggling horse,
Yeah.
The market erupts into a hubbub as a aardvark atop a beautiful stag mantis comes rearing into the city wielding a lasso, and adeptly throws it to bind Troofus by the arms, like, hold there, varmint.
What? I mean, I'm holding, but why?
You and your shady bee peddler done kidnapped my frog wife.
Well, we didn't kidnap anybody. She fainted, and then we put her in a safe place.
Where is she?
Well, she's in all the tapestries.
My God, you killed her?
No,
You sick son of a bitch.
no.
She's up the road at Anita's.
The nice lady's looking after her. I mean, well, we're not looking after her, right? We should be looking after. We kind of left. Okay, our bad. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Where did you leave her, Troofus?
Well, I dragged her in when you guys were selling the paintings.
Well, it's a big house. Where'd you leave her in the house? Just under the table? Or?
Yeah, I thought she'd be safe there.
The mantis goes tearing ass up the street, and a few minutes later comes back, and there's, like a fainting, distressed frog in its arms, while Forrest looks down concerted at her. You owe me a debt of honor. I'll see you at the ranch, or I'm coming for you. And then the mantis rears up and neighs and goes sprinting down the street.
Just like one of my romance novels, really. Life imitates art.
Oh, I have some novels, including a romance novel, if you want to buy some of those.
He seemed nice.
Yes. I forgot. What is a debt of honor, exactly?
You read Printing on the High Seas, too?
Oh, of course.
Honor.
I've written my own version of it. I think of starting something. I'm going to call it fanatical fiction. Because I consider myself a fanatic for these stories. They're so good. But there's not enough, so I have to make more myself.
Please take 5 steps away from me.
Doing it!
I'm sure that won't come up again. I'm sure we'll be fine. Truth is that he won't even remember you in the morning.
I don't know. He did the thing with the eyes where he looks.
Oh, yeah, he did do the thing.
He did the thing with the eyes, and I don't know, the last 2 times people did that to me, I saw them again. It wasn't great.
Wait, this is the 3rd time this has happened?
No, I'm just really helpful, okay?
Helpful 3 times.
I've been helpful at least 3 times, and I found his treasure earlier.
You did find that treasure earlier. That was very nice of you.
Truffins. Al, I don't mean to be blunt.
Then be sharp.
So, it's like, how often do consequences come to your mind?
I don't know what that means.
And I think you answered my question.
So are you going to the bar, or are you going to help Troofus settle the debt of honor.
Well, we have to help Troofus, yes.
We can't. I can accompany Troofus if we want to go. You need to go to the bar. The gentleman pointed out my bees, and unfortunately, if they insult my bees, I need to defend their honor.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, Felicia kind of did. No, Felicia was just passionate about the bees, but yes. If you need help, I need to take care of Anita. She's the person we're staying with tonight. So
I'm pretty good at finding things. I'm pretty sure I can find some honor.
yeah. Oh yes, there we go.
They might sell it somewhere.
Yeah, I don't have any on me right now. I'm out of stock. But yes, I'm sure you can find that. Yes, I'll take care of Anita and make sure that she won't kick us out before the night's over. So that's important. She likes to feel important. So yeah, you take care of that.
Yeah, Troofus is going to start running around to people and be like, "What's the bravest thing you can own? Like, what's the most honorable thing you have? What is an honor?" Just trying to work out what he should buy for this man.
No, it's either honor or author.
Oh, I know what you need. You need to get him an otter. He's looking for work. He's looking for an employee. He needs to expand his business.
You ought to get an honor.
I don't
Honor
think...
is earned. We need to go talk to him.
Wait, so he already has one and we can buy it from him? That's a weird way to make a sale, but okay.
It's more like a negotiation.
Okay.
So we'll just talk it out until it's done and he's okay with us again. Does that make more sense?
It hasn't worked before, but all right.
Everything should be given a shot. So, and you know what? So, on the way, I can teach you something about talking to other people calmly when they think you've done something and then even you haven't. So, are you willing to listen?
Yeah, all right.
Point, please. Okay. That's on mine, so. Yep. So as we progress down the road, basically telling Druffins, giving the life learned skill of slowing down and listening. So, and getting perspective from somebody else. So.
So you're headed into the center of the city, towards signs pointing towards the ranch. Mm-hmm. I would grab the card if I could reach it, but I will show conflict of differing needs. So a well-meaning garden snake slithers up to you. He's like, "Mister, don't go that way. That's the ranch."
That is where we're headed. We've been asked to discuss a matter of issue with the owner.
Oh, you're in for it then?
So, that's like, what do you mean?
Oh, that's where all the toughs live.
Oh.
Riding up and down the street in their low crawlers at all hours of the night.
I mean, they make a lot of noise when they do that.
Center riders really, you can feel the rumble.
Yeah, I mean, you hear the skitter of like a centipede race in the street in front of you
all of the time, no breaks.
Yeah. A bunch more animals in the same cowboy hats as Forrest was wearing, tearing ass up and down the streets.
Well, it's just part of an enjoyment, and that's like even the people who are perceived to be tough have a softer interior to them. Even if they have a carapace on the outside. Mm-hmm. Which I don't. Well.
If you had hands, would you want to ride a centipede? To the snake? Are you just mad that it's harder for you?
No. I'm sort of, I got the centipede thing down myself. I don't really need the assistance. Mainly the mammals who do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, no, but at least the question, what is the name of the gentleman who has the frog for a wife? So, what was her name again?
Felicia,
yeah.
Oh, Forrest, he's their leader.
So, it's like, he seems to be more of a no-nonsense person, but someone who has a mite trouble listening sometimes. So, is there anything that usually can be said as a peace offering to him?
Do you have an honor I could borrow?
You owe Forrest a debt of honor?
Yeah.
It goes slithering away.
No.
I didn't ask him if he was in the war.
Yeah.
She was really fast. She doesn't need a centipede.
All right, I'm doing the talking now because I don't know if he was in the war. Now I gotta go chasing after a snake. You think me at my age, as big as I am, get after the snake? No, I couldn't. Now, for all I know, he's just he was one. He was in it.
I mean, if the backpack goes off.
The snake yells out in the distance, I was a conscientious objective.
Down it.
All right. Well, I guess it's back on the honor march.
Do you want to know stuff about the war there?
To know about it, like out of character, all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there's a museum to the war in the city.
Got it.
Do you want to go to the museum?
Yes, I do have to
May
go
now
to the
do
museum about war.
All right. We'll do that then. Anyway, you get to what appears to have used to been like a training ground or a coliseum, but bug riders tearing ass around the streets, mudding with, I don't know, what's a good bug for mudding?
Rhinoceros beetle.
Rhinoceros beetles, yeah. Just, bonfires, just a bunch of ne'er-do-well drinking.
Pumpkin seed.
Yeah. Oh no, they're drinking ginseng ale.
Oh no.
Call them quad locos. They're getting real mess. And you see, basically holding court on what used to be like a throne for like martial parades. Forrest and his gang, and two of them are busily fanning Felicia as she recovers from her fainting spell. But she's thrilled to see you, Troofus. Like, oh, it's my friend. And Forrest is still scowling at you skeptically as you approach.
Hey, they're waving things at you just like I did. I thought that was the right thing to do. I'm really glad you're awake. Sorry I kidnapped you. I didn't mean to. And now, do you have an honor I could borrow? He's mad at me.
Forrest is like, all right, she told me the full story, but it was still not right the way you went about that. You can't disrespect the ranch of bug riders that way. Honor must be fulfilled. But we'll give you trial by bug. All the other, trial by bug! Trial by bug! And they all start chanting it as if on cue. You're in my good book if you can break the stag. And then a big
Stag beetle.
a big like chained gate goes crashing loudly against the wall as he says its name. Yeah.
All right. Troofus is gonna look at his lantern that's really delicate and just kind of lean it against the nearest wall. He's gonna take the overcoat off and hang it up as well, and then he's gonna pat Felix and be like, "It's okay. It's okay. It's just like a ride. It's big and scary ride, but you got to do things you're scared of, because that's how you move forwards." And just trying to console the firefly, who was very distressed and flickering constantly.
All right, so we'll get back to that as Troofus readies to break the stag.
Get on it.
Meanwhile, what are you two doing there?
I was actually going to go to dinner with Anita.
All right.
At the public house, so I don't know who's coming with me or if anyone is, but yeah. So.
Anita's Anita's there. Does anybody have Anita's car? Or does anyone want to play Anita?
Here it is.
You can be Anita if you like. Yeah, anyone can be.
Sure.
The many faces of Indigo.
With a more sedate setting.
She's a witchy cackle. Reads fortunes. Fuck yeah. I read about this place.
Yes?
Yes, it's, I like to come here to people watch. It's interesting, the things that people do in their lives. These people, for some people, it's the one meal they get in the moon cycle. And it's a happy thing for them. not a convenience that is kind of below average of, unlike us with higher up in life with our wares and you would know.
Oh, sure. I've had many a fine meal as I've wandered the roads of this light world.
Can you imagine some people wander the roads with selling knickknacks? Like, not just exquisite tapestries.
Well, there's certain there's some things you could learn from knickknacks. You never know.
No, the knickknacks are found in the ground and the dirt, and next thing you say is that you sell them, and you'd also sell things you find in the dirt. That's
Well, I mean, no, but I mean, buried treasures are buried all over the world.
That's buried, not found in the dirt. It's very different. Why am I not doing an Australian accent for the emu? The one thing I could probably do.
Yeah, it's heaps good.
Yeah, mate, you see. Fucking right, he's got some of these cunts, yeah? They're finding shit in the dirt, and then they're putting it onto other people. These riffraffs. Just...
The accent only comes out when Anita's drunk.
So
you're like, why are we friends? Oh, God.
Pockets is definitely trying to change the subject. So you tell me you're beginning to write.
I write many, many things. You see, one has such a mind that sees the beauty in all things. Like, look over there. The way that chair is up against the wall. So no one can sit with the person who eats there. Some people will find that sad and melancholic and just heartbreaking. Who would eat alone? Nobody does that. But I see potential. The bravery. I'm turning my back to you all and leaving town. The adventure. We all know it's actually very sad to eat by yourself. But you can spin things, and I like to spin these.
You like to spin things. Have you published anything yet?
Why would you ask me such a thing? She slams down her hand on the table and stands up and you're just trying to have an average dinner at best, and you're ruining it with your questions. Here I thought I'd talk about the finer things like tapestries and poetry, and not me being published.
Yeah. So Pike's trying to spin it. It's like, but I simply wanted to get to know your writing better. It sounded so exquisite.
Well, maybe if you told stories about how good my writing was, I would have been published by now, but I feel like you don't.
How can I tell stories about your writing?
Lie! Like everyone else does!
I don't even know what to lie about. I don't want to say it's a naval history if you write a romance novel or vice versa.
I have no ideas. There's nothing written yet.
Oh, you have idea. Okay.
No, if you lie into something, then maybe I'll be able to write. What's a good idea?
Well, how about this, Anita? What if you hired someone to write and then you paid them to take credit for their work?
Oh.
You'd be like a ghost.
The best lie.
Yeah, the actual writer would be like a ghost that wouldn't exist, and everyone
a fairy writer. Yes, they'll write it for me, and I'll take credit. I could write many
like
things.
A ghost.
I believe there is an actual ghost in the place card.
Hell yes.
One of the aesthetics. Yeah. A cunning and tricksy spirit.
Yes, but yes, it's a capital idea. You know, I could find you a person for a small fee.
Yes, bring me this person. This ghost you speak of.
Yes, of course. I shall do that after dinner. I know this person quite well. They're quite humble, and they're quite skilled and quite fast. And in fact, they like to be anonymous. They don't want anyone to know who they are. But I'll reveal that secret to you, and only to you.
Everyone will know the name of Anita.
Yes, and well, they should, because the wisdom of Anita should be.
All right, mate. Yeah, well, thanks anyway. Catch you later.
It's heaps good, is what I'm saying.
Anita and her spectral novel.
Yes. Oh, God, I need to find a ghostwriter. Yeah.
All right, Scoots, you pull up to the armory that has been... sorry, not Scoots. Pennyroyal, you pull up to the armory, which has had a hand-painted sign that says Museum of the Three Gods Truce painted across the door. But everything is sealed shut. And you see a vulture and a monocle, very old, sitting in a tiny ticket booth. Yeah.
All right, I approached the gentleman and I introduced myself. Hello, I'm Pennyroyal. I am but a humble census taker. I am curious, can I gain entry to this museum?
Oh, no. We don't let anyone in.
I understand. Good day. Oh, no.
Just go.
I try. Okay, sorry. All right. That has to be some
No,
sort of
usually it's all
friction
go.
between you and I. Well,
There's
So-
a back way in.
well, there's no reason would you be? I could ask you my census, couldn't I? I mean, no lie of people.
A census of what, young man?
It's a very simple question. One question. I just need to know where you in the war.
Oh, yes. Which one?
Good God,
Ooh.
the war. You
Oh,
know,
yes.
the war.
Yes.
The war.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I lost this. He holds up one missing wing. Yeah.
What division were you in?
Oh, I commanded a division.
So your rank was
Captain.
captain.
Yes.
What number division?
What's a number that you want it to be? Like, what's the best division to have somebody talk to?
I can play the vulture.
No, like
12 or
20, yeah, he's from the legendary. He's the captain of the legendary 12.
the legendary 12.
Yes.
Okay, so you're legendary 12. So, well, if that being the case, how familiar were you with your underlings, so to speak?
Oh, I never forget my allies. We all served together back then. The glory days.
Do you perhaps remember a young woman, much like me, a rabbit, honeysuckle?
Oh, I suppose I'd have to consult the rules for that, but they're, of course, sealed in the museum. And the town council doesn't allow us in there anymore. It's quite depressing.
What did you do?
What? Excuse me?
I'm sorry, they don't allow you in there anymore. So
Oh, they don't
why?
allow any of us in there. It's quite depressing. Brings down the vibe, they said, what with all the implements of death and maiming.
I apologize. You say collective us. So who's us? You and who else?
Oh, they're the members of the council. I, of course, voted to keep the museum open, but everyone else, they're young, they've forgotten the old ways. They do not wish it to be. They find it distressing. There's a frog that kept coming by on our commute, fainting every day, stopping traffic. We had to do an ordinance, you understand. Of course, I could let you in for a private tour.
What would I have to do to gain such favor?
Well, a young rabbit like yourself, seems like I could use an agent to deal with a different civic problem. These bug riders, you see, they disturb my sleep every night, tearing up and down the cobblestones with their skittering hundreds of legs.
They're a public nuisance. You can't turn it off.
Yes. Now, I hear they're having some sort of gathering over at the ranch tonight. If, say, something were to go wrong, and those dangerous stags they have there were to get loose, the council would have to do some sort of ordinance to keep them from disturbing the public peace.
I have to ask you, is there anyone alive inside the museum as we speak?
No, I didn't lock anyone in there. I'm not a count from some fairy tale.
I'm trying to find people who served in the war, and I doubt that they're hiding in the museum. Good day. But thank you for telling me about the bugs. I'll go watch them.
This is where all pay was distributed for the Western Front. If your honeysuckle received her salary as a soldier, the place it was sent is located inside.
I'm a sing of the mind, you understand that.
A list of
You're
names
giving
of
me
people
hope.
who were paid, one would say.
You're using hope against me.
Somewhere.
This is behavior I find unbecoming of a former officer, if I could say so. If you have information about honeysuckle, I think the decent thing would be to tell me.
If you were just merely stringing me along so you can get back at these ruffians, I don't appreciate that you think you could do so. I am strategically credulous, ma'am, and you should know this by now.
Strategically credulous.
Well, I've fought across seas of screams and blood. How dare you, sirs, mean little to me. I shall leave this here. He puts a little firework with a fuse on it there. If this loud noise were to startle one of those dangerously improperly secured bugs, I would happily show you my carefully curated museum. But until then, sir, I say good day. He closes a tiny little roll shade.
I must say, I've never had a criminal willingly surrender evidence to me, but I'll definitely take it. The police will be
You know what, Pox? Boy,
damn!
I should check a museum, perhaps carefully curated, to double check my treasure map.
All right. Meanwhile, at the ranch, Troofus, are you going to break the stag?
So I want to use my little token, and I would like to ease someone's pain, if only for a moment. This stag is in terrible living conditions. It is scared. I found Felix when he was lost and injured in a bush, and I held him coaxed him back to life, and that's why he stays with me. And I don't like the way that these insects are being treated, not like real animals, and I'm just gonna try and, befriend it and make it feel like it's going to be okay and going to be safe, if not for but a moment.
It turns out they were just keeping it in the dark because they heard that's what stags like, but it's very thrilled to see your firefly. It's afraid of the dark.
Aww.
Is primarily where its fears come from. It stops bucking and thrashing around. You hear them whispering outside the paddock, just, it must have killed him. Worried, and Scoots. Troofus has been in there a while. Are you going to come out riding the stag, or
I'm going to come out walking next to it, giving it a pat,
every one of the gasps.
Be like, this is. Well, I'm going to call him Horace, but he's my friend, and he said I could have his honor to give to you. The debt is repaid. Kind of gives the look of yeah, that worked, right? You believe it, right? He doesn't know what honor is.
Well, Forrest kind of takes his hat and throws it down. That's anticlimactic.
All right.
But I like the cut of your jib, little raccoon. Come up here and drink with us. Everyone starts up.
It's a coat, but thank you.
All right, so the ranch is having a hoedown now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also wanted to take Horace with us. He is my friend now.
Oh.
All right, what are you doing there?
Well, Pockets is actually at the hoedown now. Dinner's over, and now he realized he needs a ghostwriter. And and writers are basically liars. And so the best liar, the only other liar he knows is Silas. So he needs to and he figures Silas is here. And he needs to convince him to go in on this con to, you just gotta write lies on paper, and you write enough of them and give it to this lady and she'll pay you money. That's how he's going to pitch it to Silas. So, yeah.
All right. So you find Silas in the tumult.
Yeah.
Of stealing drinks at the hoedown because his business venture was ruined.
Yeah.
By your meddling.
Yeah. It wasn't even me. I wasn't even there. I was looking for Anita. It was all my friends. It was everybody but me. Anyway.
Well, Silence wants to know what's in this for him.
Well, she'll pay you if you write these lies on paper. It's called a novel. And what you do is think of it as a long con. You write one long con and just hello, my name is Esteban. They always start this way. And let me tell you my tale. And then you make up like Esteban. And so think of it as like you're conning somebody like, oh, Esteban's a long lost uncle and he's here to give you this inheritance. Only you have to give a little money at the end. So you just write the whole story about Esteban, how he got his fortune, how he's in prison, and how he got revenge on the people who imprisoned him, and blah, blah, blah. You know the story. It's the story, yeah. It's the Angel Falls pigeon drop. Yeah, it's the classic. Or it's a love angle, you know, like, oh, my name is Elizabeth. That's the other one. You know, this is my tale, and I've been fallen in love, and blah blah blah. You know how it goes.
I'm
right?
looking forward to like 15 novels starting. Hello, my name is Esteban, and then a story happening. That's how they all start.
Esteban Chronicles.
All you have to do is write them. It's the easiest thing in the world. But the thing is that she'll say she wrote it, but you get paid.
Oh, I can lie. Yeah, that's it. Hey, look, man, I did like great at school. Like, it wasn't really my thing. So, like, could someone else write it?
Well, you could dictate it to someone.
That's great. Who?
Well, we need someone who can write.
Yeah, can you write?
I can, but I have better things to do. I'm not going to stay here.
But,
we need to get someone who lives in this town and can write.
I think that we already have the solution in this
Whoa,
case.
when'd you get here?
I'm also at the hoedown. Hello.
Hi,
You would have been at the hoedown.
Yeah,
You
is this
took me
you,
to see
Scott?
the
Aaron's here too.
You were at the ranch the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm always here.
Okay, all right.
So, but in any case,
What's that fucking buzzing? It's Aaron here. I don't know.
It's very loud at the hoedown.
but you don't really even need this. Somebody else. That's like Anita writes, doesn't she?
27 Bs
The whole-
and
she'll
30
never write it.
typewriters.
No,
Oh, you want her to write it down.
exactly. This is a partnership. That's like, in any case, right now, that's like you can take the ghostwriter right now, but this also could be, that's like leading towards something of co-authors. There are plenty of other people who write in tandem and create successful stories. You can't do that yourself. And in this case, this gives you something that you've been needing desperately your entire life. A partner. Somebody to be able to share these ideas with and somebody to tell you when you might be making a mistake in that. So tell somebody offer somebody a chance to connect with, that was right. Find what somebody needs to give them a chance to change fundamentally.
Damn.
You need somebody, that's like somebody to balance your ideas. They need somebody to inspire them to greater creativity.
Okay. How does Anita feel about that?
Dang it, Anita.
Yeah.
I just throw a point.
Anita, I would say, actually is.
I think she'll be right.
Yeah, she'll be right. It's heaps good.
Silas becomes the Ricky Jay of the animal world, just detailing all of his old scams.
Yeah.
To
Nice.
Emu Dowager.
I like that the
Then
emu
writes
is
them-
typing this.
Yeah, down and sells them as pamphlets. It's the High Tales of Rapscallions and Adventure. Yeah,
My name is Esteban.
yeah. It starts. Yes, the pen name is Esteban that they share. Are you going to set off the firework and spook the stag?
No, I want to reconnoiter with my assumed group of friends
Okay.
and explain to them exactly what the situation is and see how they feel about it. See if that's a solution.
Well, wait. That museum would have the information we can use to confirm the accuracy of the treasure map. So we need to get
So
in
we
there.
assume.
Well, I mean, we should get in there. I mean, it sounds fun.
Oh, it's fun.
Well,
I
Well,
think
at least you have a reason.
yeah.
Okay.
there's definitely more ways to stop the bug racing than just scaring all the bugs. Like, maybe we could help the bugs.
Okay.
Who here can commune with the insect world?
Probably.
Yeah, I can, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could it be the person who shepherds bees for a living?
Or that's like we can
Both, yeah.
Yes.
We both have insect
Yes.
companions. I
Yes.
assume we can communicate to them vaguely.
Yeah.
Invent insectoid speech.
Okay. So.
The bees humming can be heard throughout.
Yep. We that's like we also we have a specific one right now. It's like Reginald Renita, so it's a two-headed bee that is very special. But they're very, they're kind of interrogative and witchy. So it's one of the ones where I feel like I can understand them, and we can send them in. So just tell them we need a little quieter somewhere.
Okay, so what's the bee doing?
Basically, just trying to, I guess, calm the others enough to show. What's his face? I completely forgot his name. So, the one you gave honor to. I can't. Forrest. To basically show Forrest where this could be. It's like how they could do their races, but calmly, I guess, or more quiet.
So quiet racing?
Quiet racing.
The bee is going to show them how to race
Quietly.
That's the plan.
No.
F-Zero racing.
I'm flapping my arms and showing.
Every centipede gets 100 slippers, so they no longer make sound when they run.
That would be more effective than just having a two-headed bee show them how to do it, I think. But
I give what I give.
The bees stay up knitting all night. Yeah.
No, wait. If you could spend a token, you could say that Anita has a very long velvet carpet that the centipedes can race on, and it'll absorb all the sound of their footsteps.
The Velvet Circuit.
Velvet Circuit.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, let's do that. I like that.
Yeah, you convince them. You open the velvet circuit. Or it's like, I like this. It's classy.
Yeah.
Red carpet racing.
Yeah.
Put up the signs, boys. We're gonna sell tickets. Yeah, like it's everyone quietly claps.
Oh yeah, it's golf clapping.
Yeah, it's only golf clapping. The people start replacing their cowboy hats with top hats and monocles, spats on their little animal claws.
I know we gentrified it.
All right, Counselor Figlin's happy at that and gives you all access to the war records. So.
Before we go, as I watch the first inaugural race, the inaugural race of the Velvet Circuit, I will leave a packet of tea at a small forgotten god. I don't know the name of the god, but there is a shrine built into the Colosseum as a god of racing and competition. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So yeah.
The statue is like a weird looking raccoon that looks kind of familiar. You try not to think too hard about it.
It's coincidence. Yeah.
All right. So you get the war records. You find the troop dispatch for Honeysuckle that good old Pennyroyal was looking for. So not here, but further down the road. That's where pay was sent during the war. What are you looking for specifically?
Well, just any information to corroborate my treasure map, because it had like the pay, the shipment was supposed to go along this route and hit this at this time, and that kind of thing. So like the details of the shipment.
Is it confirmed, or is it different than what you expected, or is there no evidence?
It's confirmed, but like. Yeah, the real question is what happened to it. Like, it was supposed to go along this route, and then it never got there. It left on schedule, but it never arrived.
So you found confirmation of the old legends.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. All right, cool. All right. I think that's Tom, whatever it is, pretty well established.
Tamaneka.
Yeah, Tamaneka. You've established a velvet bug racing circuit. And the bees got drunk, and the tapestry lady is now writing true crime with a ferret named Esteban, as far as she knows.
Oh yeah, she thinks his actual name is Esteban.
Yeah.
Silas never corrects her.
Yeah.
All right, and that's Wanderhome, guys. It just keeps going. You just pick a new place. You do another month. You
It's
can do more
super
if you
fun.
want.
Yeah.
We can do more if you want. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's not different than this.
Yeah. We it's a good stopping.
This could go on forever, and it's still fun.
You would end the season of Leap with a holiday.
Yeah.
So every
That's nice.
Every season at the end of 2 months has a holiday scene. So
Yeah.
we could start that if we wanted to do it again. You wanted to keep your cards. So
Yeah.
yeah. What do you guys think? I've never run it before. It seems pretty interesting.
It's very fun.
Yeah,
like
it's very
it's
fun.
joyously fun. It's just like silly, but in a like really nice way. And it's not the silly that we normally do that leads to violence constantly, because it can't be violent. Like
Cannot be violent.
we can have stupid situations,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's never violent. Like I do like that.
I just wanted somebody riding a mantis like a horse.
Yes.
A person with simple taste.
I do like the personality traits. I was like, I try to like be there for everyone, and I try to be enough. So I'm just like, I'm stupidly innocent and helpful. Cool.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience playing diceless games. In fact, the first diceless game I played was Microscope with you folks over in Bill.
Oh yeah.
And this seems like a much more free-form, less rigid way to explore the same sort of creative means. So it's just a ton of fun.
And I honestly appreciate the system that it's encouraging helping and collaborating versus just trying to get a one-up on each other too during it, and which made it feel way more relaxed even. And it's like in places where I feel like this can go a little more serious or maudlin if you really choose to.
There are like trauma traits.
Oh god, yeah. No,
for Kith, and like, you know, there's heavy stuff you can take on your playbooks and stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, I feel
there's
it
like
would
veteran and exile.
Yeah, but I feel it would be more therapeutic than it would actually be traumatizing in the situation that, you know, you're addressing it and then talking about it.
Yeah, there's a ton of safety tools.
Which I do really like this as an entire system as well. And just on a personal note, too, I do like the fact that my character was just given leeway to basically be in the background until speaking up. Like, it's like, where'd the wise old guy come from?
Actually, I would like to do one more bit of role playing, and I like everybody
well, that's a shame.
to do.
Anyway, see you later, guys. Bye.
Because one of the things on the get a token whenever you want to is like take a moment to watch a tiny moment of beauty and describe it to the table. So I think it would be fun if each of us did that.
So what's going on at the hoedown and around in the city as night winds down? Yeah.
So I would say, like, I know for Pockets is that he brews some tea and takes it and watches as the mist rolls over the water, like the Colosseum's by the waterside. So he watches it as the mist rolls in over the bay.
Nice.
As he brews to the god and as, you know, left his little offering to the forgotten god, the little raccoon god. So
I'm going to say that Troofus is like sitting kind of like near the stand thing where Forrest and Felicia are, because he doesn't know how long he has to stay around people after an honor is given or if that matters. He's very confused, but he doesn't want to mess it up. But he is looking out to the field, like the just like the red carpet thing going around it, but in the middle, you've got a bunch of the stags after, like, he has explained that they are very scared of the dark and, like, shown with his lantern and his little firefly, like, every single stag, little beetle, calm down. So they're all, like, just chilling, like, now they're not in individual cages. They're, like, the family is back together again and just sharing a moment in the middle of the field. Like, he's just happy that he got to be a part of that.
Scoots is just off, not really in a corner somewhere, but just assume right now holding a mug of some fruit ale. You there
watching the race.
Watching the race too, but more looking off to the side and finding more evening blooming flowers that the bees are very, very happy to be around.
They're no longer sick. They're
no longer
healthy.
sick off of, you know, fairly questionable sugar ales that are out there as too, and just kind of quietly contemplating life as he's holding. It's like holding his military scarf in his hand. So,
what about Pennyroyal?
Let's see. In the swampy labyrinth city, he's currently seated on a dock. His shoes are off. He's finally letting his feet dry. You know, letting the boots dry out. Doesn't have his feet in swamp water. He's not gross, but he's sitting on the dock, and his eyes are focused on the swamp grass, the cattails, that type of grass. And the sun is setting. The sun's at the angle where it makes the grass seem as though we're actually 12 feet tall in the shadows. like so many fingers crawling across the gentle waters.
Aww.
And he's just really intently focused on the dark of the woods that he sees beyond that because he wants to see the first fireflight of the night.
Aw.
And he does.
Oh,
Nice.
all right. Everyone gets a token for that.
Yay.
Use it for your advanced XP system,
Yeah.
to level up.
We got to
Yeah.
grind, yeah.
Yeah, buy new daily feats, which is definitely a thing this game has.
Yeah, I want 50 feet of rope.
Oh, I'm going to get dual-wielded.
I know Ross probably edited it out because we'll just table talking during, but the creation of the next city and the NPCs and stuff, super easy, very fun. It's nice to have like those little bits that you've done, like.
Yeah, sorry I didn't do it right at the start. I just
Oh no,
figured
it would have to
everyone-
like
It worked right now.
one
No,
step
it's
too
good,
much.
better
to drop
us in,
Yes, like you were saying, it's very much when it's such an open-end game like this, having the starting point set up helps a lot for just indecision. It's like.
Yeah.
It's like putting the first paint stroke on a canvas. No one wants to do it. Like,
Yeah, the first one's the hardest.
yeah.
Blank page is terrifying. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, let's Wanderhome. Now that we know how to play it, we can play it whenever because
Yeah.
it doesn't need prep or a GM or anything really except a bunch of note cards and cuteness. So, yeah.
Yeah, and if you learned anything, it's that if you need to start a story, you're facing a blank page, just put down, my name is Esteban, here's my tale.
That's how all great stories
they all do. All right, we'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let me get the other one.
I like that you kept Silas in. That was very fun. I was just like, it's a ferret. He's called Silas.